So yeah, there was a plane crash near Muhammad Ali International Airport in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, just hold on. Setting it up because then there's white stuff.
That is a really big smoke cloud.
He said it was something that was above the bed.
Let's see, is there anything? Jesus, that's a really big smoke cloud. I think there's more footage that's already been out from this. Oh my God, dude. Massive fires currently burning near the airport, engulfing several nearby buildings. Yeah, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. That was a lot of fuel in there.
Bro, no, hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh my God, dude.
Holy shit! Damn, they're dead. They are dead, bro.
Oh my God, dude. I don't know how.
Oh my God! Ay, pinga. Oh my God! Ay, pinga.
Oh my God,
¿Viste? Te lo
dude.
estoy diciendo, Dios mío.
Ay, pinga.
Ay, Dios mío.
Pero qué pinga.
Bro.
Vamos a ver.
Papi, cuidado.
Espérate.
Ay, Dios mío, señor.
Pinga, ser.
Oh my God, dude.
Hacer, cojones.
Mira la cantidad de gente cogiendo candela, papi.
No, pinga.
Bro, that is insane. Oh my God, dude.
You help me in continuing making our roads safer.
Oh, it happened right there in the background. Jesus.
To be here.
Bro, that is unbelievable.
Continuing making our
Significant damage to this UPS Supply Chain Solutions warehouse. Yeah, that's a pretty big crash.
roads safer.
Thick black smoke was so much it like came out on radar, on weather radar. Oh my God, dude. Mayor Craig Greenberg said, Rachel and I are praying for victims of the UPS plane that crashed during takeoff at 5:15. We have every emergency agency responding to the scene. There are multiple injuries and the fire is still burning. There are many road closures in the area. Please avoid the scene. The plane was carrying 280,000 gallons of fuel. Oh my God. Oh, pounds, not gallons. Okay. He corrected her. That's kind of funny. OSINT Defender's a great guy, by the way. If you don't know who he is, he's a good dude. It's a friend of mine. But, dang. Still, 280,000 pounds of fuel is quite a bit of fuel. That's 38,000 gallons. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. What did Roz say? Roz is also a friend of mine. Let's see. Oh my God. I can't imagine. That's like, oh Jesus, dude. I can't imagine how terrifying that must have been. Look at that. They're in the front of this thing as it's crashing into the ground like that. What? Oh my God, dude. Hold on. It's probably on the Explorer. Yeah. There's so many videos of it all over the place. It's just... Let's see. Did it... This is a long one.
Bro, no, hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Yep. Let's see if there's any like summary of this. Hold on, let's check this out. Three crew fatalities and 11 ground injuries. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm gonna try to see if it comes up with anything. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Looks like the aircraft was en route to the international airport in Honolulu, Hawaii. I've landed in that airport before. I only had a crew of 3. Happened around 5:13 to 5:15. One of the most devastating aviation accidents in recent U.S. history, resulting in multiple fatalities, injuries, and widespread disruption. The plane struggled to gain altitude, reached just 175 feet, and plummeted into an industrial zone in the Knopp neighborhood south of the airport, and not igniting a massive fireball from its fuel load. I wonder why it failed. Like, what happened, dude? Flight tracking data from Flight Radar 24 shows the MD-11 accelerating down runway 17R before liftoff. It achieved a ground speed of 186 knots, but failed to climb properly, banking sharply left with visible flames from its number 1 left engine. Then it veered off course. The impact triggered a chain of explosions, scattering debris, including engine parts, across the site and engulfing structures like a petroleum recycling facility and an auto parts shop in flames. Tragically, the crash claimed at least 3 lives, all 3 crew members aboard the flight, and it injured 11 people on the ground, with some suffering significant burns and trauma treated at local hospitals. 2 individuals were initially reported missing from the auto shop, but search efforts accounted for most occupants. The death toll could rise as rescue operations continue amid unstable debris and flare-ups. Dude, that is insane, man. The fire chief described the scene as challenging due to the fuel spill and secondary fires in a fuel storage area. My God, dude. Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport remains closed indefinitely to arrivals and departures, with all flights grounded in a temporary 5-mile restricted airspace in place until at least 7 a.m. That means anybody that was at that airport that was waiting for a flight, their flight is definitely canked until tomorrow. Yeah, there was a petroleum recycling facility in the area, apparently. I don't know if it was a bird strike. They said that it was able to achieve like 170 something feet altitude and then crashed. Damn, man. Louisville is a UPS town? I've never heard that before. Oh, the Teamsters union that represents UPS workers is monitoring developments. I wonder did UPS say anything about it, I wonder? On X? Nope. They have not. They probably just don't monitor social media that much. Secretary Sean Duffy. Okay, Transportation Secretary. Yeah. Jesus, dude. That's unbelievable. Well, yeah, it sounds like they confirmed that all 3 of the all 3 pilots or all 3 crew that was on board the vessel. Yeah, this is what he says here. Looking at this frame sends chills down my spine. It's truly haunting. I can't help but wonder what those 3 pilots who tragically lost their lives were thinking and feeling in those final moments as the plane went down. Yeah, I can't either. Like, what are you going to do? You can't jump off the plane. There was a press conference from the governor as well as airport officials. Let's find that. Press conference. Plane crash. I bet that's probably going to find something.
Please join us, Representative. Please join us, Representative. Good evening, everyone. Tonight you're going to hear from myself, Julie Carr with the Mayor's Office.
That audio is kind of terrible.
Emergency Management for Louisville.
Hold on, that's kind of terrible audio. Is this better?
Some equipment that has been damaged.
Nope, that's terrible too.
and where it impacted.
Here we go.
And where it impacted could create those types of situations. So please, if there is a shelter in place, follow it. Other agencies involved that are at the scene or available: the Kentucky National Guard, Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, the Louisville Fire Department, the Lexington Fire Department, the Bardstown Fire Department, the Shepherdsville Fire
The
Department.
engine cowling on the
Louisville
runway are
Emergency
weird to me
Management,
because they
the
look like
Fern
the right
Creek
side of the
Fire
runway, but it was the
Department,
left engine in
Pleasure Ridge
flames.
Park Fire Department, Fairdale Fire Department, Anchorage Middletown Fire Department, Jeffersontown Fire Department, Airport Police Department, Louisville Metro Police,
Yeah, I don't know.
Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, St. Matthews.
The cowling
Police
remains?
Department,
I didn't see that.
Shively Police Department, KSP, Louisville Metro EMS, MSD, Louisville Gas and Electric, Kentucky Emergency Management. Again, we have virtually every single fire, police, and emergency response group that is responding right now to what you're seeing. At this time, we've got some initial numbers, but let me tell you, I expect them to grow.
Yeah.
Right now, we believe we have at least 3 fatalities.
Yep.
So I believe that
So we're
number
tracking.
is going to get larger. We have at least
I hope
11
not, man.
injuries, some of them very significant, that are being treated by local hospitals. Again, I think that number will get larger. There is a victim family reunification center being set up at the Louisville
where you-
Metro Police Training.
Some people were worried about this happening at the FedEx one near Atlanta as well. I wonder why people are concerned that's going to happen. All flights halted at Washington's Ronald Reagan Airport after bomb threat. Yeah, I saw that earlier
Academy,
as well.
that is 2911 Taylor Boulevard. Victim services personnel will be on site and on location for anyone who
Man.
needs information. The United Way is also offering shelter to anybody that's been impacted. You can call them at 502-376-6617. Updates on the operation of the Louisville International Airport will be shared after we're completed here around 8:15 via press conference with Louisville Emergency Management. Right now,
good.
we believe that the main area hit consisted of 2 businesses, though we know there were more businesses impacted. The first is Kentucky Petroleum Recycling. We are seeking more information, but it looks like they were hit pretty directly. The second is Grade A Auto Parts. Grade A has been in
this is
contact. They've
nuts,
accounted
man.
for all of their employees but 2, but they do not know
Big
how
sorting
many
hub
other
right off the
individuals,
airport.
customers,
I'm
or
sure time
others
flies.
could have been
I'm
on
sure it
site
flies
at the time.
hundreds of flights in and out of that
Because
part, yeah.
of the nature of these facilities, it may be some time before we can account for everyone or know that no one else was on the grounds. They're going to provide us with just
Well, I mean, you got to comb the area. You got to comb that entire area with a fine tooth comb and see if there's like human remains there. There's no way to tell that all that fuel that got dumped all over the place that burned up. There could have been people in there. We don't know. It's going to take time to figure that out.
descriptions of the 2 missing employees soon. Again, there's no direct information about non-employees who were there at the time. The radius for the shelter in place has been.
The one thing I think could happen is if there was like any like businesses like the recycling plant and stuff, they could have just like gotten a quick accountability of all their people to see like, hey, who was working, who wasn't working. Do we have all of our people? Get a confirmation, yes or no. Like if you're alive, like shoot us a text. I'm sure all the businesses that were in the area were doing that.
Adjusted. It is now anything north of the airport to the Ohio River. That includes, without
Jesus,
limitation,
dude.
South Louisville, Old Louisville, and downtown. LG&E had some equipment that has been damaged, but they're reporting no major.
Yeah, that's going to be a wild storm of all kinds of stuff, especially with the shutdown. And today is, I think, the 35th day, which means tomorrow will be the longest shutdown in history, because today it's tied with the previous longest shutdown in history. But tomorrow it will officially become the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
Outages at the time, they may, for safety purposes, have to have some outages. Please understand that if that's done, that's to protect you and the people working on it.
We got to get the
I've been in
government
direct
funded again,
contact,
dude. Because like,
with-
if they're like, I keep hearing from like the transportation secretary and a bunch of other people saying like it's about to get real crazy with like the lack of air traffic controllers, and that could get real hairy for people that are flying around in the world, like in the States, to do stuff. That's the one thing that I think of, like, first and foremost. There's a lot of people traveling, especially because, like, Thanksgiving's around the corner, dude. Like, and the holidays, like, we got to pass a budget, bro. They got to pass something up there so we can get this stuff funded and start paying these air traffic controllers to come back in.
With the CEO of Ford Motor Company, I can tell you that the Ford plant there was not hit, though it has lost power or did lose power for a period of time.
Ford
But with the
plant
number of
didn't get
employees
hit.
working there, that's a blessing. I've also been in touch with the head of security for the convention center, and everyone is sheltering in place that is there. They have stopped people coming in for the upcoming events for people's safety, and I know they'll be sending out additional information. Anybody who has seen the images in the video mayor's office, this has happened. He was out of town, and he is completely and fully on.
I'm Deputy Mayor Julie Carr. First and foremost, Mayor Greenberg has been in constant contact with those on the ground, emergency
Mr.
operations, Governor Beshear, and our federal.
Yeah, Mr. Trench, this is a press conference that took place after the UPS plane crashed in Louisville, Kentucky.
Partners. And he would like me to express that he and Rachel have the victims of today's crash in their hearts and prayers. He is asking the entire city of Louisville to join them in praying for the victims, their families, and our first responders.
I wonder if they know what happened
who
yet.
bravely rushed to the scene to save people and are still actively working to put the fire out.
Couple private residences, everybody's accounted for, and everybody has evacuated that immediate area. Our shelter in place, we initially did that at a 5-mile radius because the wind was doing some things and pushing the smoke in different areas, and as hot as the fire was, it was kind of creating its own atmosphere and doing really what it wanted to do. So we're working to narrow that. You heard the governor already say that we've narrowed it a little bit, and we hope in the next couple of hours to narrow that as a little bit more. We started to provide initial air monitoring, very close and immediate on site. We continue that air monitoring now. We've got the 41st CST that's on site that's providing that, and they're also providing us some plume modeling that will give us the opportunity again a little bit later in the shortcoming to be able to narrow that as well. Like the governor said, stay away from the area. You know, there's a lot of emergency response agencies there, not only from Jefferson County, but our surrounding counties.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of update. Let me see. Before we have a more formal update, please direct all your attention to the social media of Louisville Emergency Management for any real-time updates.
Real-time updates. We will have a Family Reunification Center set up at the Louisville Metro Police Academy at 2911 Taylor Boulevard. There we'll have our victim services
Oklahoma
unit that
Fire
will be able to
Department.
help any
Wow.
families get in contact with anyone they need.
Absolutely necessary. As you heard, this was a UPS plane that was taking off, getting ready to go all the way to Honolulu, Hawaii. So we're talking about over 250,000 gallons of jet fuel that was on that plane.
So yeah, I think everybody's getting gallons. Unless I'm mistaken, I think because my buddy was saying that it was 250,000 pounds and 39,000 gallons, and maybe everybody's mixing that up for 250,000 gallons. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It was a crap ton of fuel.
So we're talking about a very, very dangerous situation. The area that's affected,
And it's not just like regular fuel, it's airplane fuel, which is super toxic.
on Grade Lane at Melton, and it's about a city block wide. You've got fuel recycling storage and some bulk fuel storage that's right there. You also have the auto parts area. There's a lot of issues that are going on with being able to surround and try to contain this fire. When I left the scene about 40 minutes ago, crews there were doing an amazing job.
And my heart goes out to everybody at UPS, because this is a UPS town. My cousin's a UPS pilot. My aide's tennis partner is a UPS pilot. The intern in my office works overnight at UPS to pay for college. We all know somebody who works at UPS, and they're all texting their friends, their family, trying to make sure everyone is safe. Sadly, some of those texts are probably going to go unanswered. My heart goes out to those families and those friends. And thank you.
Jesus, dude. Like, this is nuts, man. Crazy. I hope that they figure out what happened so they can prevent this from happening again in the future.